Come on. There we go. Hey, everybody. How you doing today? Hope you're doing good. This is Marty here. And, gonna go over this weekend's races. Not just gonna talk about Cup or Xfinity. I'm also gonna be talking a little bit of the IndyCar Series race we had on Sunday as well. We'll be talking with the members of some guys in the chat. Depends on who does come and who does not come. So let's talk about the Cup Series race first. I was doing a lot of homework, so I was trying my best to pay attention on the entire race. I thought Kenseth had the dominant car all day. At first I thought it was gonna be Kenseth in stage one, but then he fooled us wrong, and then Keselowski won stage two, and then Logano won stage three. Some great and tight racing at the end. Looked like you could have had a wreck on every restart. I'm gonna mention that. There could have been a wreck on every restart. But they still managed to not wreck for most of the time. I felt bad for Junior because number one, he probably wouldn't have spun out if it was not for Jimmy Johnson when Johnson and Junior got together. I will be honest there. Then the finish. Joey Logano wins. Congrats to him. Not mad at all that he won or anything like that. I mean, even though I am a Hendrick guy, he had a great car today. Outran anyone else. Probably if we had a caution come out, that one probably could have gone to Brad Keselowski, maybe even the guy in third place. I don't know. But I want to talk about Kyle Busch. There were two controversial penalties. The first penalty was Truex's penalty. So the rule is at Richmond, there is no commitment cone. Instead, there is a commitment box. You must have all four tires down to the inside of the commitment box, so you can come in. Or if not, that is an illegal. That would be an illegal entrance. Here's the thing: when Truex was trying to come into pit road, he had to deal with a safety truck. So what Truex did, he went high, then went low into pit road. He would not have been able to get his all four tires below the line, below the box. So wasn't really happy about that. And then the other penalty which I thought was really funny. Joey Logano tries to fake out Kyle Busch. However, though, when he comes in, sorry, my phone's going off right now at the moment, and my college is winning in baseball and softball at the moment, which I like to hear. Okay, so going back to what I was originally talking about, Joey Logano forced Kyle Busch out of pit road, in the pit road at the last moment. Kyle Busch made an illegal entrance, and Kyle Busch was not happy about it. You know what? Whenever Kyle Busch loses a race, he's going to be a crybaby. For Pete's sakes, just be like Dale Jr. and just talk with the media. Don't be such a crybaby and refuse to speak to the media. I get it's the First Amendment, but for Pete's sakes, Kyle Busch, man up. Don't be a crybaby or something like that. You're better than that, Mr. Kyle Busch, or I should say, Cryo Bushwhacker. I'll put that right now. Say it right here, right now. Now let's get to the Xfinity Series race. I want to talk about that. I couldn't watch all of it, but I did catch the finish. So when I first watched it, I was so confused because I thought the race wasn't done. They were racing, but then I realized that those top two drivers, Allgaier and Larson, did not see the start finish line. They didn't see the yellow flag. They just saw a white flag, even though the caution lights were on. They're focused on the race. I get that they're not focused on those caution lights, if you know what I mean. However, though, I do think, in my opinion, we should get rid of the overtime line, to be honest. It's created so much confusion. It was probably the most confusing finish we've had ever since the overtime line was launched. If we do overtime finishes, there are two things we could do. This is getting rid of the overtime line. Number one, just do unlimited greenway checkered attempts without that overtime line. And number two, I'd say do the finishes like Arca does. If they have a crash on the final lap, they can keep the race going. Have like a 1 lap shootout, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And here's what I'm also gonna say this, because we do have Talladega coming up. That's the next race. For Talladega, we should have a white flag line, a final lap line, I'll say. If there is a crash on the final lap, put the white flag line in the middle of the backstretch at Talladega. At Daytona, put it in turn 2. That way, when the white flag comes out, so for example, like we saw in the Xfinity and the Sprint Cup race at Talladega in the spring, in the Xfinity Series race, if that crash happened in the same place in the tri-oval, Brandon Poole would have won the race. There would be no cautions once that final lap line is crossed, meaning race as much as you want. There will not be a caution coming out. That way, once the drivers cross the line, it'll give them enough time to slow down to steer clear of the wreckage. And same thing with the Sprint Cup race. Even though Keselowski would have won no matter what, we still could have a race for the win. And it was especially for the Xfinity race we had at Daytona in July. That'd be a good sense of knowledge. You know, those drivers were coming off turn 4 racing for the win. Yeah, excuse me. NASCAR decides to throw out a caution. We got a photo finish between Allgaier and Almirola. We didn't. Almirola won. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Then we get to the IndyCar race at Phoenix. What a boring race. Lap 1 was probably the most exciting race in the mall. Exciting lap. The big one in lap 1. That sucked, in my opinion. What else? J.R. Hildebrand finished 3rd place with a broken left hand. But that's good job by him. Then I think IndyCar should do stage racing just like NASCAR, because that race was so boring. I was about to go to sleep. Like, really. You know, it's a late Saturday night race. I was about to go to sleep. Like, I'm not joking. I was like this close. Oh, you can't see. I don't have my camera on, but I was very close to falling. Excuse me. I was very close to falling asleep. Oh, I'm watching drag racing at the moment. But yeah, if we get stage racing for the Indy cars, it makes some very exciting racing, in my opinion. So, and they should have an all-star race, and they should have a postseason. Make it more exciting. I mean, I know in the IndyCar you just cannot copy NASCAR, but I understand that. But you know, we should add some more things to make stuff exciting. Like definitely an all-star race. Maybe not a postseason. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is anyone watching at the moment? Nope. See ya.